stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please join me in a moment of silence. Thank you very much. Please be seated. We had budget hearings today, or reviews today, so our item 2 is citizen concerns. This is for any item not already addressed on the agenda. Are there any citizen concerns? Hearing none, item 3 is approval of the agenda. I'll move it.
Second.
Second by DeWitt. Hearing no discussion. We are approving the agenda, sir.
Oh, okay, just approving it, okay.
Yep. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Passes 3-0. Did you have a citizen concern?
Yes.
Okay. Please approach and state your name and address.
I'm Donald Shanky, and I live at 114 South Glass here in town. My concern is the enforcement of traffic control. There doesn't seem to be too much in this town. I'll cite 4 of my own experiences. There's a lot more, but I will just say 4 of them. I was traveling north on Lewis Boulevard. I was at 11th and Lewis Boulevard, where the Casey station is there. I was 1 car back. We were stopped at the stop signal. I was 1 car back, and then the light turned green. The one in front of me went forward, and there was probably about 1.5 car lengths in. The red car on my left come in, whipped in front of me, slammed on the brakes, and went into the Casey station. On Gordon Drive, where you approach the Gordon Drive viaduct, nobody hardly ever stops at that yield where you turn off of 75 north and south and come around to go west on Gordon Drive. And on Jackson to Virginia, there's that parking side. The right side is the parking. People drive down that all the time. So you got to look in your mirror. And I don't think there's much traffic control in this town at all. There's a lot of cutting off. I mean, that's just 2 or 3 examples. What I'm trying to say is you want to tax the people of the town, right, for your new law enforcement center. Then if you're going to do that, then I say that the traffic laws need to be enforced.
I would agree with you.
And also, I would say that I did not know it, but to be certified to drive at Daytona and Indianapolis, you have to come to Sioux City to be certified for the way they drive. And that's not right. So therefore, I say they need to start giving these tickets. And speeding is another one in this town. I say all the traffic laws need to be addressed. If you've got speeders, maybe you need a 0 tolerance on it. I mean, don't write them a warning ticket, give them a ticket. Take that money to put it into the safety fund. The law enforcement center and all the other concerns are all connected as far as I'm concerned. And that's about all I got to say. That's what I mean. By getting the money from the people that are breaking the law, you can put it into the safety factor. Do you have any other questions?
No, I thank you for bringing it up publicly, and we have a member of our law enforcement community over there if you'd like to.
I mean, I realize that the sheriff's department and the police department need help. Mm-hmm. But if you keep doing the same way that you have been, you're not going to make it. There was 21,000 tickets. I was over at the courthouse, over the city hall last night. There was supposed to be 21,000 tickets that was written. I don't think that's enough in this town, the way people drive. And they added 2, I think it was to the city, to the traffic law enforcement center. And I said, that's not enough either. Not for the city of this size. Well, you're going to have to start getting money someplace to to get these extra officers. And when you build a new law enforcement center, you're going to need more help there too, probably.
Well, your points are well taken, sir, and a lot of these are city-specific issues. As a county board, we obviously are
Yeah, that's what they
enforcing-
said about that. What I was saying over there, they said it was over here. They said I had to come across the alley.
Oh,
I'm
really?
over here tonight across the alley telling you.
The city's trying to
that's-
duck it.
Well,
It
and-
seems like Mr. Mueller, the police chief, needs to do his job. And maybe the only way to do it is, if something isn't done about it, is maybe a demonstration or a protest out in front of the city hall. If it comes to that, then I think I would be ready to organize one.
Okay. Well, thank you for making your concerns public.
Okay, thank you.
We are now at a 4:35 p.m. set time, which is item 8 from the public bidder. This is a public hearing and sale of a property parcel also known as 2115 West 17th Street. We are now in a public hearing for anyone who would like to speak for or against the sale of this property before we receive bids. Is there anyone? Hearing none, I'd move the public hearing be closed.
Second?
Second by DeWitt. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Passes 3-0. Is there anyone who would like to bid on this property? If so, please approach the microphone, state your name and address, and your opening bid.
Mac Dolan, 1715 Harkin Place, Sioux City, Iowa, 51103. Opening bid would be $368.
368. Is there anyone else who'd like to bid on this property? Hearing none, I'll move the property be sold to,
Mac Dolan.
Mac Dolan for 368. Second. That is inclusive of the recording fee?
The actual minimum bid should be $346.
Plus fees. Okay. Would you like to
Yes.
pay less?
Yes.
Save $22.
Yes.
Very good. I'll move that.
Second?
Second by DeWitt. Any discussion? All's in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those say nay. Passes 3-0. Congratulations, you bought a property. You can see Heather for details.
Okay.
Moving back to the consent agenda, items 4 through 7 constitute consent agenda routine action items to be considered by one motion. Items pass unanimously unless a separate vote is requested by a board member. Item 4 is approval of the minutes of the January 21st meeting. Item 5 is approval of the claims. Item 6 from the county auditor, it includes A, receive the county recorder's report of fees collected, and B, to receive an appointment of Allison Umbach to the Anthon City Council. Item 7 from Human Resources is the approval of the memorandum of personnel transactions. I'll move this consent agenda.
Second?
Second by DeWitt. Hearing no discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Passes 3-0. Item 9 is from county elections. It includes A, the canvass of the Garrettson Drainage District, Sub-District 3 for action. Simply move to receive this, correct?
Yep, and I've got the abstract of votes here for you guys to sign, and then also the certificates of election.
Second?
Motion by Young, second by Potabom for A. Thank you. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Passes 3-0. Item B, I'll move to receive the canvass of Farmers Drainage District, Sub-District 3.
Second?
Second by Potabom. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Passes 3-0. Item 10 from Secondary Roads, Engineer Margnera is to approve that the board accept and sign body quotes and return them to the county engineer for an award recommendation.
We have just,
Truck body quotes, to be more specific.
we bought the cab chassis. It's scheduled to be delivered in late February. This is the bid for the body to mount on it. Total bid price, $91,266.56. 91,266.56. That was from Service Trucks International. We were hoping for a bid from Maintainer also. They were one of 5 companies contacted, and they had built one for Harrison County that was the kind of the model for what we looked at here. So. Even though we only have this one bid, there are a number of things that are marked up in red on the specification. I need to see where his variances from our specification are, and I'll come back next week with a recommendation on the board.
I'll move to refer to the engineer for recommendation.
Second.
Second by Potabom. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Passes 3-0.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Any other updates on county roads?
Not much. We've been trying to steadily chip away at the ice all week, wearing out grader bits doing that, but we're trying to get that ice knocked down and get traction up on the roads. I think we've had some good reports from folks appreciating it, that have had to get cattle or feed in and out. Guys are getting on top of it, so ready for the next round's about all I can say.
All right. Thanks.
I did fill out a new construction report just to bring everybody up to date with where we're at the beginning of this year, both on the website, and I believe I sent that out to the board as well. So if you have any questions, feel free to contact us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item 11 from Board Administration, again, comes before us this public forum for questions and discussions of the Woodbury County Law Enforcement Center project, the March 3rd public referendum, and the duties of the Intergovernmental Authority. We'll start with the board, and then if there's any department heads or any citizens that would like to address this topic. I'd like to start off with, I believe last week I mentioned that this project is leaning upon numbers of our 20-year forecast, that we are in fact building a jail that's bigger than what we currently need, because we are looking 20 plus years into the future, and that's our main impetus for needing a new law enforcement center. We have a study to back this up. As of yesterday, Goldberg Group Architects commissioned a survey, and I received this by email, and I know the chair of the authority has as well, as the sheriff and the budget director. I just want to read it. It's very short. It's regarding the Woodbury County Law Enforcement Center needs. It says, pursuant to your request, I have reviewed the housing history for the above referenced jurisdiction and arrived at a preliminary estimate for housing needs projected over 20 years. By applying the growth history of the most current 20 years, I have concluded that the jurisdiction's need for space could reach as much as 590 beds by the year 2039. We're currently contemplating a 440-bed facility. This figure is based on actual custody history of growth percentage in the same historical order as previous experience. A peaking factor has been applied using the customary 85% rule to accommodate classification issues that require separation. Such issues will reduce the availability of beds due to the need for separation among classes. Obviously, there's also several more classes of inmates to separate than there were when the existing jail was built. But I just wanted to reiterate that point, that the forecast is there to use the entire law enforcement center proposal even within 20 years. And Rocky, I know that the authority is meeting on Friday, so do you want to kind of go through the updates there?
Actually, tomorrow, Mr. Chairman, we're going to have a press release at the current law enforcement center, and inviting as much media as willing to attend so we can get the media involved, kind of starting that way. We will have, I understand that Mr. Dan Moore from the city will be joining us, and Mr. Bob Scott will be leaving. I think we did approve him.
Dan Moore.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's approved by the council last night, and then at the meeting, you approved him
Next
as
week, okay.
replacing Bob as treasurer.
so Bob is leaving for a couple different reasons, but again, the jail authority will meet tomorrow with a press release, answer some questions for the media, then Friday we'll be getting down to business on various other just business topics on how we're going to move forward, advertising, word of mouth, media, whatever we have to do. We're going to start putting that plan together. Mr. Wick, the current chairman, has been extremely busy and very effective. He's for coming in as late as he did. He has picked up as much knowledge as humanly possible, and he's really working hard on getting this jail authority moving and going in the right direction. So, as an authority, we're really pleased. I believe as the board, speaking for myself, I think the board is heavily involved, as well as Sheriff's Office and other entities. I know Mr. Butler's been visiting the smaller communities out there along with Keith Radig and getting very, very substantial support, if not almost unanimous support from the small communities out there in the rural areas. So I think we're on track, and we're very optimistic that this referendum will pass. I'm done.
Any updates from staff on the current or future LEC? No? Any questions or concerns or comments from the public for us to listen to? All right, very well. We'll have this on next week. Continue to give updates on the situation. Item 12 is reports on committee meetings. Anyone?
Pretty much just gave mine, so.
No.
Item 13, any citizen concerns? Hearing none. Item 14, board concerns. Next week for the budget review session, I'm thinking about 2 o'clock. Barring any closed sessions or anything like that, we'll start at 2 o'clock. Any other board concerns?
Not here.
No, sir.
Thank you. We are adjourned.